call this a TBR because I want it to be more of a maybe read. And then I'm thinking to myself, there's only 3. There might be 5 books that I need to read though. Welcome to June, and this is going to be my reading plans for this month. I was gonna say next month, but today is now June, so. I'm Morgan. If this is your first video here, I hope you enjoy it. You might consider reading some of these along with me in the Discord. In the comments, that would be a little harder, but we're gonna start the video now. For the books that I'm for sure gonna read, we're gonna start with the 2 that it's like definitely. This first one I probably already started as you're watching this video, depending on how long it took me to film this and the next one and edit them. But we're gonna go with I've already started, and that would be Disquiet Gods, book 6 of the Sun Eater series. I'm so excited and so nervous for this one. The last one out right now, and then there's only going to be one more. Now I have to wait for that one more. And I'm okay kind of with waiting. I mean, I'm not somebody who has to binge this whole series. Like the fact that I've been reading one a month and even the in-between stuffs is like really big because normally I need kind of a break. But I'm, giving myself weeks of a break between them. So that's, I guess, why it's been going okay, and because this is amazing. If you've never heard of the Sun Eater series, this is following Lord Hadrian Marlowe as he recounts his tale. Think Name of the Wind and several other books that are just not coming to mind right now. And it is a sci-fi epic fantasy style book as he's recounting his life's tale as he went from just a general noble to one of the most famous, feared, hated men of the galaxy, as we are an empire in space, galactic at this point, and throughout most of Hadrian's life we were battling an enemy alien intelligence. So much happens in this, so much, and it's just so amazing. But very early in, you find out, like the first chapter, I think, he tells you why he is known as the Sun Eater, because he destroys a sun and his whole system, wipes out billions of lives and the enemy, billions and billions. And thus he is, well, he was slightly hated before then, only by certain circles. But yeah, that's how he got his nickname, and he later explains how his other nickname is the Half-Mortal. I've done a review video for every single one of these books and a spoilered reading vlog. Some of them more spoilered and better thoughts committed than others, so you can check those out. I think most of the vlogs are just linked in the reviews. I don't remember if I made most of them public. I'm not sure if I should. Would that be better to have the vlogs public as well? I don't know. Comments are welcome. The second one that I am committed to reading, because I was already thinking about starting this one after I finished the Sun Eater, since the next/last book is coming out in December, I was going to do a reread, because also a friend of ours has commented, you talk about books and Sanderson so much, why have you never done reviews of these? Because I don't feel adequately knowledgeable, even though I have read all of them. So I'm going to try to do it. And I'm going to be reading it with someone who's reading it through for the first time. Nobody reads it. And that's going to be Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. And I'm going to try to do book reviews for this series like I did for the Sun Eater series. The first vlog though, the reading vlog for it, probably won't be dedicated because possibly I'm starting this before I finish that one. Maybe. It's just depending on their reading schedule and stuff like that too. So we shall see. This is a used copy and somebody dog-eared the page. The Stormlight Archive, though, is this adult epic fantasy by Brandon Sanderson that probably everyone has heard, that takes place on the planet of Roshar, where humans, yet again, are battling an enemy. And at the point in time of this book, the war has been going on for... goodness, how long? Maybe not a decade, maybe a decade. I am not entirely sure what I was saying or where I was in my thought process before I heard the trash truck and the beeping. But we follow several characters in an epic fantasy style, some of them from different countries, some of them just from different locations / perspectives within the world, within the same country. And also you will have semi-split, like you will have flashback scenes, I think mostly during the interludes, explaining in each book in the series, these are going to be from a different person's perspective. I'm excited and nervous to dive back into it and see things that I might have missed or just new little connections and be like, ooh, foreshadowing. Okay, so I'm super excited. Yes, let's not talk about this. These are the only 2 physical books though. The next one is going to be Voices of War by Zach Argyle. This one is going to be part of a I think she's calling it a readathon, hosted by Shelly over at Shell Space. I'll link her channel down below. It's on her Discord. This is the one that won the vote for which one. I think they're going to do the whole series, maybe. So I'm going to try to do that because it sounds interesting. While preparing for the birth of his first child, Chris Valerian is tasked with uncovering the group responsible for a series of missing threadweavers, those able to see and manipulate threadline. With each failure, the dark voice in his head grows louder, begging to be released. A young girl from a secret city in the center of the Feywild veers off course to explore the streets of Alkia, never expecting that her journey will end in chains. Far in the deserts to the south, a young man's life changes after he dies. When Chris learns who is responsible for the missing threadweavers, they come for him and his family. He must do everything in his power to protect those he loves, even if it means trusting strangers or worse, the growing voice in his mind. Together, these 3 will change the world, whether they intend to or not. It says it's filled with unique magic, exotic creatures, and a diverse cast of characters that you'll love and hate. The next 2 are both arcs. They come out in July, so yeah, I really should just read them. I should have just called this a whole TBR. This is going to be The Lost Story by Meg Schaefer. This is a Narnia-ish inspired, where 2 boys go through a portal kind of in the woods, and they come back and things are changed. They're kind of changed, but they disappeared. They don't know quite where they went. They don't have much memories of it. And now this is their story as they are adults. One of them, it's definitely affected a lot more, and the other one is a private investigator, and now he is helping someone whose brother has disappeared in those same woods. So it's very interesting. I'm very excited to read it. I don't think I gave a good description this time. I think I gave a better description in my May TBR video, but yes. Then we have The Thief in the Wild by Sean Barber. This one the author is describing as new, weird, Southern Gothic steampunk fantasy noir. That alone, his words of saying that, is like, yep, I'm intrigued. I would be willing to try this. So we're going to try to read this at the end of the month before it comes out next month. New Alms is a city of sin and vice, populated by all manner of criminals. The ruling Serenite priests can barely keep order, not that they, or anyone else for that matter, ever try too hard. It's the den of cutthroats and thieves, and there ain't many thieves out there as talented or as skilled as Jackson Valor. When Jackson's hired by a priest to steal an old mask, he thinks it's just another job. But that's before he sees the blasphemous shrine it's housed in, before he starts getting followed around by bugs and birds and 3-eyed cats, before he finds out that the mask is a vessel for the wild god Ferngris, and that by filching it, he's invited the enemy of civilization to take up residence inside his head. Before starting this video, I did not think I had that many books. And now I feel like I have a lot of books, and yet still it's only like 5 books. This was supposed to be an MBR more than a TBR session. You know what? But for July, I think July will definitely, my birthday month, we're just gonna wing it. Will I still do a TBR video? Probably. Well, we're gonna say it's an MBR video, and we're just gonna go with it. I will probably have just the 2 books for sure, but we're not gonna talk about that right now. I'd love to know what you're reading this month. As with those, I said I'm going to do the vlog definitely for the Sun Eater and the Sanderson, so we're gonna try to vlog a lot this summer. And yeah, I think we've been doing okay with that mostly. Let me know though if you would like to buddy read any of these, what future series you would like us to dive into on the channel. Well, obviously I'm starting the Sanderson one now, but as that's a reread, we might still start another series beside that for deepy dive videos. Yeah, maybe I put up a poll. As always though, thoughts and comments are welcome and appreciated. You can join me on Discord for any of the reading or just to talk about books. I might have just lost my train of thought. If you like this video though, please consider subscribing, checking out some of my other videos, and we're almost at 800. Thank you guys all so much for joining me today. I hope you're finding something awesome to read, and I'll see you in the next one.